everyone, it's me, Aaron, Professor Thorgi, your guide to all things geeky, and as I speak, San Diego Comic-Con is going on right now. And a lot of you have been asking me, am I going to make videos talking about all the stuff that gets revealed at Comic-Con? In all honesty, so much stuff gets revealed every single year at Comic-Con, it would be impossible for me to keep up with all of it. So what I do every single year is I make a recap video covering all the big stories on Monday, the day after Comic-Con is over with. So for anybody looking for my Comic-Con videos, that's when it's going to come out. However, something just happened that was so big, I had to make a video talking about just it. The very first trailer for the Wonder Woman movie just came out, and this is a huge, epic occasion because Wonder Woman is one of the biggest superheroes in the world and easily the most recognizable and important female superhero in the history of comics. And yet, when it comes to her representation in media, she's probably gotten the least of it out of any of the other major superheroes. So this is a giant occasion. This is something that I've been looking forward to, not just because Wonder Woman deserves her own movie, but also because if you follow this channel, you know that I have been less than positive on the DC Cinematic Universe so far, but the idea of a Wonder Woman movie could be just what this universe needs. It could be that breath of fresh air, something that comes in here and provides some hope and some action and some color and some adventure to what has been Batman vs. Superman. Let's just call it what it is. So when I sat down to watch this trailer, I really wanted to be blown away. I was so looking forward to it. And in all honesty, it's okay. Yeah, I know, I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed in this trailer. It's not bad. Let me go ahead and say that right now. This is not a bad trailer. However, it didn't really do for me what I wanted it to. I certainly do see a lot of positive in there, and let me just start with the positive. The positive is all the action, Wonder Woman going in there kicking ass, you see the Amazons going out there on the beach fighting all these soldiers, that looks fantastic, and Wonder Woman, you know, she is a fighter, she is a warrior, so there should be a lot of action in here. And the suit looks great. Like, I love that when you see the boot stepping down, you actually see that it does look like armor. It's just not a regular, like, costume boot. It's actual, like, armor. And then when you see her going in there and, like, deflecting that bullet with the shield, like that cannon fire, that was amazing. And seeing her fighting with the lasso and the lasso line up, when that lasso lit up in Batman vs. Superman, that was one of the coolest moments in that entire film. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing that in action, seeing her going out there kicking ass, and it all looks good. There was like one slow motion moment in that combat that was like, yeah, I don't know about that, but everything else in there, as far as the action goes, looks fantastic. Also, another positive that I have to give this trailer is that a few months back, we got some preview clips of this film, and I got a little nervous about it because it was all just so dark and blue. The cinematography was just blue. Blue, blue, blue dabba diba. This entire film looked blue. And I understand that Man's World is supposed to have a darker, more depressing tone to it than where Wonder Woman came from, so I fully understand them trying to go with that in Man's World to try and capture that contrast. However, like I said with Batman vs. Superman, if you want to be dark and dreary and depressing, that's totally fine, but you have that one tone for 2.5 hours, it just wears you out and makes you bored. And I was afraid that I was going to be sitting through 2 hours of blue, 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 and it was just going to wear me down. But as I watch this and you like see her going to the big ball and all the different colors there, or you see out on the battlefield where it's bright and shiny, it's like, okay, there are going to be different tones. There are going to be different colors. The cinematography is going to do different things for different occasions. That is good. And I also have to bring up the locations and the sets because originally I didn't really like it. Because when I first looked at them, I said, this all looks like a stage. None of this looks real to me. But the more I stopped and thought about it, the more I went, you know what, that might actually be on purpose. Because when you think about the fantasy tone of Wonder Woman and how she is closely related to all the Greek gods, and all the Greek gods were interpreted into plays, this almost does kind of look like stage sets. This does look kind of like Wonder Woman the play, which if that's what they're going for on purpose, that actually could be kind of a cool interpretation. If they're purposely trying to build the world to have that tone to it, then that actually could be kind of a bold choice, and I do have to applaud them for it. But then again, it could just have been this trailer that made them look like that. Plus, this thing is still a year away. There is still a lot of rendering that has to go into this, so by the time that we actually see the movie, it could look like actual real locations, and all this stuff that I just said will not matter at all. However, if that is what they're going to end up looking like, I could see that being the reason why they made them look like that. Now for the negatives. I clearly cannot judge this film because it doesn't come out for another year. However, I can judge this trailer, and as I said, I was really hoping for something different in this trailer. Something that did not remind me of the darker, brooding, angry sins of the rest of the DC cinematic universe, especially when you take into consideration that Jeff Johns is one of the writers on this movie, and he kind of hates going that direction with the DC cinematic universe. So I was very hopeful that this film would not have that same tone. However, this trailer totally had that same tone. And that actually does make me really concerned, because this entire trailer, this could have been just Wonder Woman The Dark Knight film. One of my biggest problems with the DC cinematic universe so far is that it's very clear that they looked at the success of the Dark Knight films and they went, that's what people want from their superheroes, make our whole universe that, and Wonder Woman should not in any way be that. And yet when I looked at this trailer, again, the film could be going for something completely different, the movie could be totally different, but this trailer, it's very clear that that was the tone that they were going for. I mean, just listen to the soundtrack of this trailer, it might as well have had the Inception horn in there. And also, going back to the sets, if this is what this film is going to look like I said, that could be a really cool interpretation if they are trying to pay homage to those classic Greek plays. However, if they're not trying to do that, and the sets just happen to look like this, and they want them to look real, those sets did not look real to me. As I said, there is still a year's worth of rendering left to be done on this film, so by the time that the movie actually comes out, it could look completely different. However, I can't not bring it up that every single thing in this movie does look like a stage. And lastly, I know that everybody loved Wonder Woman in Batman vs Superman, and when she came in there and just started kicking ass, yeah, she was awesome. That moment was great. I loved seeing her do that. However, when Gal Gadot was just being Diana, honestly, I didn't think she was very good. I have to admit that I did not think that she was all that good in that role. And when I watched this trailer, she's kind of the flattest thing in here to me. I mean, there is that moment at the end that is supposed to be a big laugh to go out on the trailer in which she meets Etta Candy. And by the way, Etta Candy is awesome in this trailer. She's only there for one line, but I was like, you are that breath of life that this trailer needed, because everything else in here was so dark and dreary, and you were actually upbeat, so yay, I'm glad that you're here. So good for Etta Candy. But Etta Candy comes in, introduces herself, and then she goes, what is a secretary? And then she goes, oh, well, I go where he tells me to go, and I do what he tells me to do. And she goes, oh, well, I'm from, that's called slavery. And I was like, that was a bad delivery. I'm sorry, that joke should have nailed. That joke should have just been a laugh riot. And don't get me wrong, Etta's reaction is good. Etta's reaction saves that moment. But yeah, she didn't really deliver that line all that well. Yeah, man, there are other moments that are pretty good from her though. Like when Steve tells her, I can't let you do this, and she says, it's not up to you what I do. I was like, yeah, that's actually awesome. That she actually delivered that line very well. And, you know, we saw in Batman vs Superman, she can go in there and kick some ass very well. But, you know, that one line, I didn't really enjoy it. But then again, at the same time, I also have to point out that when she tells Steve Trevor that she was created by Zeus, and he goes, well, that's neat. Yeah, that again should have been a laugh out loud line. I was just like, like, I got like a small little, like, yeah, I guess that's nice moment. So maybe it's just the comedy moments aren't working in here, and that could honestly have to do with the tone of this trailer. Like I said, this was totally going for a Dark Knight-ish, Christopher Nolan style tone. Jokes don't really work well in those types of trailers, so when you see it in the actual movie, it could be completely different. But yeah, I didn't think that that line was delivered all that well. And considering that it's one of the few lines that we hear her say in this trailer, I do kind of have to bring it up. So yes, there is good stuff in this trailer. I am not saying that there isn't. I opened this whole video up by talking about the good stuff. However, I will admit, a lot of this could just be coming from me personally, because I went into this hoping for something that was upbeat and hopeful and just adventurous and got you cheering. And instead I kind of got, you know, another dark, brooding DC trailer. Not nearly as dark and brooding as Batman vs Superman or Man of Steel. I will gladly say that. So we are going kind of in the right direction, but it wasn't quite what I was hoping for. I still think it is okay. I'm coming down right on the middle of this first trailer. So let me know in the comments down below how you felt about this first trailer. I think that there are positives, I think there are negatives. I do just want to kind of see something a little bit more fun from the next one. I guess that's the word that I'm looking for. I wanted this to be more fun, and instead it was kind of like, oh wow, this is heavy. So let me know in the comments down below how you felt about it. Also, if you want to see that San Diego Comic-Con coverage from me, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And as always, you can let me know how you feel on Twitter and Tumblr at Professor Thorgi. Thanks for watching this, everyone. Come back next time. Bye.